Is that all right? My name's Thomas Schnepp. My height is 6 foot, and I'm currently 209 pounds roughly. I competed at the Central States a few weeks ago where I was 212 pounds.
Awesome, man. And you're beating ready for the Western right now, right?
Yep. 2 weeks out, or 14 days out from the Western, and I'll be competing in Classic Physique.
And what was your plan going into the Western? Like, what did you, I know it hasn't been that long, but what did you change going to the Western? Or what was your goal?
The biggest thing between Central States and the Western for me was kind of giving my metabolism a little bit of a break, increasing food just a little bit to kind of get things moving a little bit, and then that actually allowed me to get quite a bit leaner for this next show, which will be obvious when I go to get on stage.
Yeah. And just so people know, go ahead and explain why you're on the treadmill right now.
Oh, I have 60 minutes of cardio to do today, so I got to knock it out. I got a bunch going on, you know, busy life, so yeah.
Go ahead and so talk a little bit about the workout today. What you did with your typical workout for the body.
Yep, this is my typical Saturday morning workout, which consisted of shoulders, triceps, and biceps. Start out with a cluster set of side delt raises on shoulders. Yeah, so what you would do is take like a weight that you could do for about 15 to 20 reps, and then I would do basically 10 sets of 10 reps on that movement, so it'd be 100 reps, and I'd take a slight pause in between sets, those 10 sets of 10. And if you pick a good weight, typically around 60 reps, you're really gonna feel it, and it's gonna create a lot of blood flow to that area. So, yep. Yep, about 3 pounds. Yep. Yep, some body fat came off around my quads, a little bit more off my hamstrings, and then just overall just a little bit more. So is what I needed. Going into the Central States, I actually had a 5 to 6 week period where I didn't lose any body fat, even though calories were coming down. So sometimes it's just part of the diet to where you got to push things and push harder. And then that break really allowed my metabolism kind of time to reset and move forward. As I've gotten older, it's slowed down a lot. When I was younger, dieting was actually quite a bit easier, but now that I've gotten older, I have to do more cardio and stuff like that. But I mean, I've had days to where I've gotten down to 60 carbs for 5-6 weeks straight, and for me that's pretty low, especially when you consider, you know, trying to take into account for proper digestion and things like that. Oh yeah, no, yeah. So including some high glycemic carbs in my, you know, during my workout with some EAAs and other things really helps get a good pump, you know.
Go ahead and explain about the movement you were doing now for your tricep movement.
Oh, it's I don't want to mess it up. It's essentially a modified pullover. So it's like an old school pullover, but you do it for triceps, and you do the extension at the top of the movement. And then what that has allowed me to do is take a lot of stress off my elbows because I have fairly long arms. Typically I would do like a inclined skull crusher or something like that, but I found this works a lot better, and I can get a really good stretch on the tricep, especially after pre-exhausting the tricep with like a press down first.
What's your diet been like now?
Pretty similar. Food's a little higher, which is nice, even though I'm leaner, so it's still equally as hard. But essentially I'll have roughly 3 carb meals, and then my intra-workout carbs, and then overall like 6 meals, and 4 of them are chicken meals, 1's an egg meal, and then a steak meal at the end of the day.
What's your breakdown for your actual split right now? You're just supposed to show?
It's very similar to what I did in the off season. For me, I don't change a lot with that kind of stuff because I just try to basically keep training just as hard. You know, don't fix something if it's not broken. But Mondays I'll do leg workout, quad dominant. Tuesday will be chest, and then I'll do like a pump set on triceps. And then Wednesday would be back with a pump set on biceps. Thursday is an off day. And then Friday would be legs, more hip hinge movements, and then really focus more on the hamstrings. And then Saturday would be shoulders and arms, and then Sunday would be off. And then would kind of reset the next week. And then I would either week to week try to increase the actual weight I'm lifting, or just better form on that movement. You know, and I would take notes of that.
You seem to, I know you're not pushing great weight, but you're not like one of those people. It seems like you're so maintaining pretty good weight.
Yeah. So with me, throughout my 12 years of bodybuilding, my body actually operates better when I'm a little bit leaner. I'm not so sluggish. I can breathe better. So typically, you know, when I'm under 8%, I actually operate really well. I'm able to breathe better. I don't have, I guess, asthma as much. I kind of have some sports-induced asthma from when I was younger. So when I'm heavier, it's harder for me to actually like breathe and move the weight. So I've noticed, you know, that's kind of, when I get leaner, it allows me to operate a little better. And then food, obviously, I'm more sensitive to carbohydrates when I'm leaner. You could tell immediately. I mean, once I was drinking that shake, you could see immediately when that food actually started hitting and I started filling up a little. Yeah. 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 It's one of my good body parts. So.
What was the most, so far in your real body, what's your most stubborn body part?
My most stubborn body part is by far calves. Yeah. Which, that's overall, you know, a genetic thing. Yeah, but it doesn't help when you start off pre-bodybuilding as a distance runner and you're running, you know, 20 to 30 miles a week, and then, you know, I tore the left one, which didn't help. So, but other than that, I'd say after that would be chest. Oh my gosh, yeah, so, yeah, we talked about that. I get trolled online because I'll do heavy leg presses, but then I'll put my arms on my legs, even though I'm not using my arms. Essentially what happened when this happened was I had an old crummy pair of shoes I was wearing while I was leg pressing one time, and the shoe actually ripped on my left leg, and my whole ankle actually rolled over and tore the calf right on the machine, and then it came down on me. So it was pretty bad, and it was funny because it was during a prep, and I actually ended up winning the show. So it was worth it. I had like 3 weeks left. I really couldn't do much except pump stuff, but I ended up going into the show and actually winning that show when I was a little bit younger. So it paid off, but it was rough. Yeah. Yeah. Probably chest would be the next thing. Always shoulders. Yeah, always shoulders. I mean, like, I'll go to do a press. When I was younger, I would go to do like a chest press, and my shoulders would take over. Or, you know, any type of pulling movement, my shoulders would take over and activate instantly. And a lot of that was just because I have a construction background, and painting and stuff, and just constantly repetitive motion on those muscles. So, yeah. Construction and landscaping, and, you know, when I was 15, 16 years old, I was doing that. So that played I mean, at 17, or what was it? I was 19 years old, and I couldn't chest press the 80s, but I could overhead press the 80s. So, yeah, it was kind of odd, but that's just something that I've always had.
Currently, you're weighing what, 208 right now?
Roughly about 208. in the morning, kind of like at a fasted weight. I think I was 207.8 the other morning. So, yeah, 2 weeks, 14 days. Yep. Yep.
So what's your plan after between now and the nationals? Like what's your goal you're working on? Or your plan is after that?
Yep. So just continue the same thing I'm doing, not do anything crazy. Just get a little bit tighter going into Western, and then I'll go out and have a good meal with my family, and then I got a couple weeks right after that to tighten back up. So I'll just kind of taper back off after the Western. Probably have just a touch more food the day after the Western to kind of even myself out, and then just coast straight into nationals. Yep.
Now we were talking about it. This is kind of bring it on.
Yep.
You're saying you're having a off day of sleeping.
Yeah.
Like you said, you're having a sleeping.
Yeah, I typically will set my alarm to sleep for 6 hours, but I'll wake up maybe 2 or 3 times, whether it's to go to the bathroom or just I'm awake because I'm hungry or whatever else, which is pretty typical when you get to lower body fats.